Senator Lindsey Graham of South Carolina has died after a brief and unexpected illness. Per reports, emergency personnel and paramedics were dispatched to his Capitol Hill home in Washington, D.C. in response to a call for cardiac arrest. Graham was first elected to the U.S. Senate in 2002 and has served since 2003. Most recently, he won the Republican primary on June 9th and was headed to midterms running against Democratic nominee Dr. Annie Andrews. So what happens next? South Carolina Governor Henry McMaster can make an interim appointment to fill the seat until Graham's term is over in January. However, since it is an election year and Graham won the primary election, the GOP will have to hold a special primary election in mid-August to replace the nominee on the ballot. The winner of this special primary election will be the candidate who runs against Dr. Annie Andrews in November. Under South Carolina law, candidate filing opens on the second Tuesday after the vacancy occurs and remains open for 1 week. The special primary is then held on the second Tuesday after the filing period closes, which would be August 11th, 2026. If no candidate receives a majority of the vote, a runoff election is then held 2 weeks later. Even though we know the process, there is still a lot unknown with regard to who McMaster will appoint, who will run for Senate, and who will be on the ballot in November running against Dr. Annie Andrews. I predict this South Carolina Senate race will be watched very closely across the U.S. If you are in South Carolina and want change or are already backing Dr. Annie Andrews, do not get complacent now. Dr. Andrews was polling great against Graham, and now there is a lot unknown. Regardless of your political affiliation, these midterms in South Carolina and across the country are extremely important. Inform yourself on candidates, support down ballot candidates, and most importantly, get out and vote in November.